Hello, friends, and welcome to Islam examination. And we are going to examine today very important topic. Today we are going to discuss about the man, the two main arguments of Islam. So, first argument is the Islam. People claim that Islam is a perfect moral standard for women. So women are treated very nicely, very um, justly. This is what is the main argument of Islam. That is argument number one. And second argument is Islam or Quran is perfectly preserved book, which is very hilarious, and we are going to debunk all these things. So first of all, we are going to take many of such arguments about how females are treated in Islam by taking different examples, and it is not going to cover in one video. I'm just going to give you one example of how women are treated in Islam. What if I tell you that you have a wife and I come into your house and I tell you that I can your wife can breastfeed me. I mean, I will just open up the bra of your wife, and if I start to suckle on her breasts, what will be your reaction onto that? Just think about it for a second. You will be totally offended because such a thing never happens, but because we are talking about Islam, anything is possible, and this is the level of treatment the woman gets in Islam, and it is practiced in Saudi Arabia. So I'm not just making these things up, and I'm just going to pinpoint at a particular thing. There are numerous examples of such things in the hadiths, and in front of me is one such example in which the Messenger of Allah himself says to his own wife to do the thing. Yes, we will read the story, and then you will. This hadith is narrated by Aisha. Aisha, if you don't know, she is the wife. She is the last wife of the Prophet Muhammad. So we are going to go into this, and who is Aisha, the introduction and all. Some other video I will give, and how was she, how was her character and all. This is a group of hooligans making religion. So Aisha is also one of the most meanest character you can see, which I'll explain in later videos. But let's concentrate on how women are treated here. So I will highlight, and you just read along with me. Messenger of Allah, I see on the face of Abu Huzaifa. Now this is Aisha complaining to Muhammad, and she is telling that I can see on Abu Hudayfa a sign of disgust. That means he is looking at Aisha in a very horny manner, or you can say he is very perverted manner. He is looking at Aisha, and she is complaining that to Prophet Muhammad. So on entering of Salim, who is an ally, who is a friend, into the house, whereupon Allah's apostle said, what he said to Aisha is very important. He said, suckle him. She said, how can I suckle him as he is a grown up man? So she is telling, how can I suckle him? He is a grown up man, so I can't feed him my breast. He is a grown up man, which is a valid statement. Then here comes the wisdom of this prophet. Allah's messenger just smiled and said, I already know that he is a young man. Now that is creepy, that is out of this world, that is, something which is unacceptable. So This is point number one, that is, you can make, or I leave the things up to you, up to your imagination to imagine how the treatment of woman might be in this very peaceful religion. Then we are going, I am just going to go above. This is Sahih Muslim, and which is very, 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 very authentic source of information about the life of Muhammad. And this is what people, this whole Sunni books are what make up the most of the Islam or Sharia. Okay, so we will go, and I'm just trying to find out for you guys in this verse itself, where we are going to debunk the second case, that is, Quran is preserved. You might have heard about wait a second. Okay. Okay. I'm not able to find it, but I'll just search over here. 5 or 10 breast feedings. Okay, hopefully I'll get it. Yes. This is also in Sahih Muslim, but I didn't get it. But anyway, this is Sunan an-Nasai, and this book is also very authentic. And you might have heard that Quran is every bit and letter of this particular book is preserved right from the day one. This is what the claim is. But as you can see now that I will just read it, and you just follow along with me, and you decide for yourself whether it is preserved or not. So this is how it goes. One of the things of that Allah the Mighty and Sublime revealed to one of the narrators, Al-Harith, and the narrator, this is not important, one of the things revealed in the Quran was then 10 known breastfeedings making marriage prohibited. So I'll just tell you the background. It is related to the 10 breastfeeding, as if any woman doesn't want anyone to get married to her, she has to feed her breast to that man 10 times. She will become the mother of that person, and they can't marry. Now what kind of logic is that? I'll leave it up to you to decide, because this is very stupid, and anyone will come to know that this is completely stupid, horrendous. Okay, so now one of the things that was revealed in the Quran, it was the 10 known breastfeeding making marriage prohibited. Then it was abrogated and changed to 5 known breastfeeding. So 10 was not enough, then Muhammad changed it to maybe 5 breastfeeding is also okay. Well, Allah changes mind, and 5 breastfeeding is enough. Now 5 breastfeeding, if you feed a man your breast 5 times, that man will become your son, and you can't marry. So that is one. And then the Messenger of Allah passed away. Messenger of Allah means Muhammad. He died, and when this was something that's still being recited in the Quran, when this was something that was still being recited in the Quran. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I challenge any Muslim to show where this 5 breastfeeding verse is in the Quran. Now this narration is saying that there was this kind of 10 breastfeeding and 5 breastfeeding in the Quran. It is not there in the Quran anymore. So that means somebody changed the Quran. This is one particular example, because why it is important is, you might say that might be only one verse that is missing. No, we don't know how many other verses are missing. This is one particular example. And second thing, Quran is considered to be the book of God. It is eternal revelation by the Muslims. So even if one letter goes out, it is, you are removing the letter that is made by God. I hope you understood the concept that I am making. This is a terrorist religion. There is no room for women, especially into this religion. Women have to breastfeed other people, so that, this is ludicrous, whatever you want to call it. And on top of that, it also shows that Quran is not preserved. I have showed two things, and I leave it up to you and my Muslim friends to decide whether you want to stick to Quran or you want to continue with your cult. Thank you very much.